He injured his bicep in the last fight. Not.
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, the adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, the adult. I'm out.
Oops! Bomb squad! Up off net! Up off net! What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. Alright, man, look. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, breaks his silence. Oops! Alright, man, look. Let's get to the reaction. So I was going to do this reaction tomorrow, but you show business partners, you forced my hand and say, hey, look, let's do it today. So I'm going to do it tonight. This is Henry Armstrong versus Barney Ross, by the way. But let's do this reaction. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Man, I need my coffee. Where? Oh my God. I don't even know if I can do a reaction without my coffee.
Try. Now it is time for our second interview today, and it's going to be a good one. One of the biggest fighters, literally, in the sport of boxing today, someone who we were just discussing, the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion, Deontay Wilder. All right, Deontay, first things first, how are you and everyone in your family doing during this time of crisis?
Freaks all the homies.
We're doing just like any other family, just trying to get through these hard times. But my family is doing great.
Facts.
That's good to hear. Now, are you in Alabama right now? Now, my understanding is you recently had surgery on your biceps. Can you tell us when and how that injury occurred and how recovery is going?
Yeah, recovery is going well. I'm in therapy. I ended up injuring it during my last fight, somewhere up in there. But
he injured his bicep in the last fight. Not too many punches were thrown by Deontay Wilder there. But I'm going to say this: Deontay Wilder has always labored a torn bicep. When did he have his torn bicep? Maybe was it twice? Did he partially tear his bicep in a Chris Arreola fight? I want you guys to fact check me on that one because I know he was fighting with one arm against Chris Arreola. But he always had he was always laboring, or a few times he was laboring bicep issues.
But everything is going great with it. That's another thing. I'm just focusing on recovery, getting myself back to full health. And getting ready to hopefully this corona stuff will be out the way and we can get back to the camp and get ready to go again sometime at the end of the year.
Now, has it affected you? You mentioned physical therapy. Has it affected you working out in any way?
Oh yeah, I can't. I can't work out right now. That's what I'm looking
forward to. You got bicep, bro.
Once I get healed with my arm, I'm looking forward to just working out. Been able to do the things that I love to do. Right now, I've just been sitting back and getting taken care of.
It's just so funny that he gained all that weight, 230-something pounds for the Tyson Fury fight, and he tore his bicep. He said in the fight. So maybe he was doing too much lifting. Everything was tight. He needs to have elasticity in his muscles. That's why they say, you shouldn't be too swole. You shouldn't be too muscular. Shouldn't be too heavy muscled. You can tear something. You don't have the elasticity in your punches. You look stiff. So Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder looking big, looking strong, but he pulled a little AJ there. You know what I mean? He actually lost power without the elasticity. He probably wasn't punching as hard as he normally does. Okay, so he was probably punching harder the first fight against Tyson Fury when he was lighter and leaner. Okay, so the bubbly muscles doesn't help at all.
Deontay, let's talk boxing a little bit. You've had more time to reflect on what happened against Fury in your last fight. Any more thoughts on what went wrong tactically or in training camp, that kind of thing?
No, my training, everything that happened, it happened the last 15 minutes into the fight. There's a lot of things that went on, you know.
Like what?
There's a lot of things that I don't even want to talk about at this
No!
moment in time.
Talk about
You know, I'm still reflecting on certain things, and I can't believe the things that happened. It happened to me, and it happened to me at that point in time.
Now, I know people going to start talking about excuses, okay? It happened to me. The last 15 minutes right before the fight, everything just went downhill. I know you guys are going to talk about excuses, okay? But let's see what he has to say. My whole thing is this, all right? That can happen. Things can fall apart right before a fight, all right? So right now, I'm not calling BS on anything he's saying yet.
In my career, maybe I'll come out with some things later on, as things unfold, as I get into camp and stuff like that. But certain things I don't want to talk about at this moment in time. I'm still reflecting on it and trying to figure some things out.
Dude.
Are you referring to tactical things? I'm wondering, like, after the opening bell sounded, were there things you're saying to yourself now, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done this, that kind of thing?
Good question.
No, not at all. Even with the first of the bell, the thing about it is that it's easy to understand, what type of person Deontay Wilder was in that moment in time. Even when I took off my mask and the things that I was doing, I've been in this sport for a very long time. People have seen me fight, all over the world for a very long time. So
Hold on. What did ShowBizz the adult say when he took off his mask? When I went live, right? As soon as he took off his mask, I'm like, he looks sick. I said, that don't look like Deontay Wilder. I'm telling you, I think he's about to say it. Hold on.
People automatically knows, how I am and how I should look. And people that know boxing know that wasn't Deontay Wilder, and I didn't.
That's what I'm talking about. People that know boxing know that wasn't Deontay when he took off the mask. Yeah. I said it in a live stream. Y'all were there. All y'all were there. I said it. He looks sick. That doesn't look like that man. I said it. Yeah, I don't care. If he ain't talking about me specifically, he's roundabout talking about us, the ShowBizz adult community. We were there.
I was a zombie that night. It was something, like I said, I can't talk about a lot of things, but it wasn't Deontay Wilder tonight. You can tell from the mask, from my reaction to certain things that I was doing.
We are geniuses here. We are geniuses in this you can't say this community isn't the best boxing community there is. Deontay Wilder just echoing what we were talking about that night.
In the ring, you can look from the first fight into the second fight, and you said it was two different people, that night, from a guy that, from the first start of the bell, was in retrieve mode, to the first fight, when the first start of the bell, a guy was on the hunt.
He went from predator to prey before the first punch was thrown. Deontay Wilder went from predator to prey. We're not talking about Tyson the Gypsy King Fury having a glove gate and all that bull crap, spiking the wall, all that bull. He went from predator to prey. Soon as he took the mask off, that boy was sick. I'm telling you. And I'm saying this. It's still no excuse because no one told Deontay Wilder to put that mask on. Nope, that's his idea. That's what he wanted to do. He didn't prepare himself. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury whooped his ass. Tyson was ready for that fight. Now, Deontay Wilder, not so ready. Next time, he knows, be prepared for a fight. Sometimes you need your butt whooped to learn a lesson.
You don't go backwards. You go forward. And that night, I wasn't myself. I felt like a zombie in there. I felt there's a lot of things I can't say. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things I'm just sitting back. And but we only can get stronger, learn from a lot of situations, learn from this situation and get better and better. It's not over, In my eyes, I don't see.
Hold on. Now me getting all excited about the mask is starting to dumb down a little bit. This is a live reaction, okay? This is the first time I heard this interview. He said other things was going on that he can't talk about. Is he talking about something foreign? Is he trying to say, now, I don't believe it 1 minute, okay? But is he trying to say he was poisoned or something? Hold on.
I don't see Fury as a champion. He's still going. You know, he ain't the champion yet. We still got one more fight left. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm happy. You know, my family's happy. I'm recovering, and I'm looking forward to giving the world the best of Deontay Wilder.
I know what he's doing. He's creating doubt. That's all. He's not saying anything. Let me throw doubt and have everybody fill it in. I almost just fell for it. I try to fill it in. Wait, was he? But yeah, let me just throw doubt out there. You'll fill it in. Your imagination start going. You start filling in with a bunch. He ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing but create doubt. That's what he's doing. But Phil, there's a lot of stuff that I can't say that I won't say. There's nothing he can blame it on. The mask, I do believe. I think the mask, just made him sick. It took that oxygen. I really do feel that way. I don't think that, Tyson Fury, anything should be taken from him because he had a great performance and he just whooped Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. But everything else, him creating doubt and me trying to fill it in, I think I was falling right into his trap. I was falling. Good job, Deontay Wilder. He almost got me. You
sort of answered my next question. After the fact, how difficult was it to put the loss behind you and turn the page? It sounds like you did that pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to understand that, in life come many ways. In life, many people lose more than they win. And the thing about losing, some people don't know how to bounce back off a loss in life. That's why when people win all the time, people always want to see a person lose. Not so much because they win all the time, but I look at it as a point. They want to see how that person get up.
Yes! Dude, this dude, he's a show business partner. Deontay Wilder, where are you? All right, man, look, where are you? You're sounding like a show business partner. Where you at? Yes, you are measured by how you react to getting a butt whooping. That's how you measured. Okay, getting a silver spoon in your mouth, being fed. That's not how you're measured. How you're measured is facing up against something and that thing whooping you, knocking you down. Now let's see how you respond. See, that's inspirational. Never taking a scratch, not so much, because most of us on this planet have scratches and scars. Now you just got your scar. We want to see how you respond to it. You ain't even got to beat Tyson Fury the third fight. We just want to see how you respond to it. How you spiritually respond to it. That's all we want to see. Tommy Hearns, he never got past Iran Barkley. He didn't get past Iran Barkley, did he? I don't think he ever beat him. I think he lost to him twice. Wasn't one a decision, the other one he got knocked out. He could never get over that Iran Barkley. But he continued on, beat Virgil Hill, did his thing. You know what? We want to see how you spiritually respond. If you can't beat Tyson Fury next time, that's okay. You still got other fights. You got Dillian White. You got Andy Ruiz. You still got a legacy that you can cement. He's absolutely right.
How do you get off the ground from losing and different things? Because, I told people, I may have lost in the ring, but I'm winning in life. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things. But
Preach!
I take this time and, to sit back and make myself even hungrier. Sometimes you can be in a position and you can do something for so long period of time where you get used to certain things, you get comfortable with certain things. You still have that hunger, but it ain't the same as when you first got into it, trying to get.
He's making a point. He got comfortable. Let me tell you something. There's an idea that I have, and you may hear me talk about it tomorrow in my debate with Jeremy C. Harris. There's an idea that I have, and that debate's going to be on FightNet Instagram. Go at FightNet. That Deontay Wilder, he got better as far as knowing how to throw that right hand. He fell in love with it. He got better. Look at him against Brazil. Look at him against Luis Ortiz. He got better, but he didn't care about giving away rounds. When you saw him as an amateur, when you saw him in the Olympics, in order to win in the Olympics, to win in amateurs, you got to score points. You got to score points. So he knew how to win rounds before. Even though he was never technically sound, technically good, he knew how to win rounds before. He stopped that. He stopped doing it. He got comfortable. That's what he's talking about. That's why you need to take an ass whooping sometimes. Just that, hit that reset button. Boop. Okay, wait a minute. Let me look at what I did wrong. Let me reflect on everything I did leading up to that fight, and let me not do those things.
Get into the rankings and then trying to be a hot prospect and then go on to be fight for a world title and then become a champion.
Right.
You know, it allowed that hunger to come back to where for where I started to when I gave.
The butt whooping allowed that hunger to come back.
I'm never down about losing because it only makes me strong to come back and to overcome and conquer. I know this is going.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. I like hearing that, Deontay Wilder. That's how you talk about it.
It's going to be the biggest moment in time in my life, coming back around again. And boxing is amazing. I can look back and say I was a part of it that made it what it is now. So exciting, especially the heavyweight division.
That's true. Deontay Wilder did, he is a reason why the heavyweight division is so exciting right now. Deontay Wilder, even fighting Tyson Fury, he helped create that platform that Tyson Fury is standing on right now. Deontay Wilder didn't say, bomb squad, and choose to fight the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King, where would he be right now? So Deontay the Bronze Bomber is absolutely right there.
It's just booming. And I'm not done yet.
Were you surprised at how aggressive Fury was in the rematch?
No, I wasn't surprised. And I couldn't really. It's hard to explain. Like the first sound of the bell is like I was more in retreat mode. It's like I wasn't even there for real. Like I don't know how to say it without. It was just a different. I wasn't there.
Gotcha.
That's all.
No, he wasn't there. But you know what, though? At the start of the bell, he was, okay, that's fine. But Tyson Fury didn't allow him to get there. At the start of the bell, he wasn't there. All right? But a lesser fighter would allow Deontay Wilder to get there. Tyson Fury didn't even allow him to get there.
All I can tell you, I wasn't there from the first start. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
My whole body, everything, but it's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Trust me.
Wow.
I'm just looking forward to coming back in there and doing what I got to do. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to feel like I'm making any excuses or anything like that. I just want the people to know that I'm happy, I'm in full health, and I'm coming back stronger than ever.
The comeback is going to be better than the reign. Look, the comeback is sweeter. And Deontay Wilder, I think he realizes that. He reigned for 10 title defenses. But to get knocked on your butt against a dragon knocked you down. He gave you a tough fight the first time. And then he knocked you out. TKO'd you the second time. He dribbled you off the canvas a few times. And you come back. You come back and say, I'm here. Just to come back and say, bomb squad on the scales. That's going to be sweeter than his 10 title defenses. Win, lose, or draw. That's going to be sweeter.
The third fight with Fury has been pushed back, you said, toward the end of the year. Do you think that extra time helps you to prepare?
Oops.
Yeah, but it helps me to rest as well.
Well, you say you had a torn
I was
bicep.
going back to back and fighting, kill after kill after kill. I don't think it was anyone that was on the course that I was fighting on.
Facts. How many times did I say that? How many times did I say that? The 2.5 month turnaround between fights Brazil, and then he went and fought Luis Ortiz, had 2.5 months. He went Tyson Fury, his mandatory, then Luis Ortiz, and then in 2.5 months, he jumped right back into a strenuous training camp. In 2.5 months, he took on, his biggest, greatest opponent, okay, that fought him to a draw the first time, really gave him a boxing lesson the first time. And then he just jumped right into training camp with very little time to turn around. He was on a back-to-back-to-back. All those things are true, okay? All of them are true. It's no excuses. He had a short turnaround. Bing! One thing. Then he came in wearing a tight buckled in mask that, hard to breathe. And when he took it off, he looked sick. Bing! That's the second thing. Then he faced a guy that is the best heavyweight in the division. Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the division. And he did what the best heavyweight would do. He kicked his ass. So everything happened. Everything happened.
I'm just loving the unity that I'm having with my kids and just watching the babies grow and just loving on all of them at this moment in time until it's time to separate myself from them again.
Why does he talk like some kind of poet, Greek poet, mythological, like, in this moment of time until it's back again? Like, this guy is like, it's his father. He must talk like his father. His father was a preacher or something like that, right?
We don't have it down yet, but I'm definitely gonna bring. I got two people I'm bringing in.
Who?
One of them he always come to camp on some basis or whatever. He always around. He in and out anyway. But we'll see what happens. I think we got a great team.
That makes sense because look, Tyson Fury said, "Hey, the first time I beat Deontay Wilder, the first time I beat him, I can't leave it up to the judges. I'm going to have to knock him out. So I have to get rid of my trainer. Love you to death, but I got to go get some of that Sugar Hill, baby. Sugar Hill." So he went and he changed his team a little bit. He had the Sugar Hill. And then he came in like you've never seen him before. Deontay Wilder, that's how you learn. That's how you learn from a whooping. That's how you learn. The thing is, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Now, George Foreman says you guys had a pretty good conversation recently. Can you share what you
legend,
guys
George
spoke
Foreman.
about?
Yeah, man, George. It was good talking to George. George is one of the guys that's been trying to get in touch for a good little bit, but you be moving so much, and everybody have a schedule.
George Foreman is one of those guys who's been trying to get in touch for a good little bit. So he's not one of those guys that just coming around now. He's authentic, which is why they had that conversation. It seems to me that George Foreman, before the Tyson Fury fight, he was trying to holler at him, okay? That's a good guy to have around. You're talking about an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time heavyweight champion. Been in there with the best, beat one of the greatest of all time, the Joe Frazier. He beat this guy right here, Michael Moore. And when you look at Michael Moore, this is my signature photo of Michael Moore. I love this, though Evander Holyfield is my favorite heavyweight. I love this because I look at how his face look and how calm his face is when he's shooting that jab. It looks like he's just taking a walk in the park. I love that so much. Great fighter, one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. I mean, you can argue that he could definitely beat all those boys. I would love to see him against Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he was just that bad of that great of a fighter at light heavyweight. So George Foreman beat him. Now, at old in his advancing years. So it seems as though George Foreman is authentic. They had a conversation, somebody that he respects. I hope George Foreman is that other guy that he's adding to his camp.
And, we had a great conversation. It was a real good conversation. We talked about a lot of things that went on in his career, good and bad, a lot of, and different, a lot of knowledge that he applied to me. And, he was telling me how he wanted to show me some methods of strengthening certain parts of my body and stuff.
Methods of strengthening certain parts of his body. George Foreman been trying to share these methods everywhere. Like I've seen documentaries of George Foreman talking about why he punched so hard and how he just take a hand axe and he'll just chop the tree like this, because this right here was enough for him to knock people out. If you look at George Foreman throw punches, he was knocking people out like that. He wasn't hitting them like Tyson or even Joe Frazier. He was just doing this. Bam. So, you know, those methods right there, to where Deontay Wilder doesn't have to plant his feet and throw that left hand and bring the right hand all the way back and telegraph his punches. Maybe he knows how strong Deontay Wilder is, so maybe Deontay Wilder can just do this and shorten up his punches instead of do that bow and arrow effect. Okay, maybe he could just shorten up his punches and knock you out. And that's what George Foreman was good at, because George Foreman didn't have crazy speed. He knew, well, let me just, Joe Louis had all the power in the world in 2 inches. He was knocking people out here. You know, so George Foreman, he didn't have to bring his punch back. He could just shoot it from his shoulder, from his elbow, really, and knock you out. So, yeah, I'm loving what I'm hearing from Deontay Wilder. Some game that the legend Big George Foreman is communicating, showing him.
Stuff like that. So, but he definitely dropped a couple of gems down for me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, and
I'm sure.
It was good to see him. I think I'm gonna
top 10 all-time great
everything
heavyweight.
clears up or
Top
whatever,
5.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna come out and go see George and see him face to face, spend some time with him, and just take some of that good old knowledge that he have up there.
That's great.
Deontay, Fury said that he was surprised you want to fight a third time. Do you have any reaction to that?
No, I don't have no reaction. No one should be surprised. I am who I am. I'm Deontay the Bronze from a Wilder.
Keep it a buck.
And nothing's going to change about that. Why wouldn't I not want it? You know, I mean, look at this sport. You know, if you don't make it in boxing and you spend your whole years of career devoting and putting in everything you got in the boxing, if you don't make it, then you stuck. We don't have retirement plans. We don't have, 401ks that they set up for us and different things. It's like in boxing.
We don't have retirement plans. We don't have 401ks that they set up for us. My man, AC, Adrian Clark. Protect yourself at all times. I will always, he's not paying me anything. He's not paying me anything to endorse him at all, to say, hey man, protect yourself at all times. It's just fantastic what he's doing. I love boxing. I love boxers. And like I said, there's guys, I'm going to keep bringing them up, who we lost. Sweet Pea Whitaker, Parnell Whitaker. There's no way he should have been walking to be able to get in that accident, to get hit by a car. He should still be around. He should have had some sort of security, but he didn't. He didn't. He probably more like he had family, I'm sure, friends or whatever, but he just didn't have that. Joe Frazier, one of the greatest ever, he died broke. So yeah, Adrian Clark, look him up. Protect yourself at all times is a real thing. Deontay Wilder, when he's speaking about what I heard Errol Spence talking about after boxing, what Floyd Mayweather has said many times, it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing.
Either you make it or you don't. And you don't make it, then you just straight fuck. Again, I love you. Thank you for the support. Till next time. God bless, baby.
I can think of no better way to end it, Deontay.
That was dope. I loved it. I really don't have. I have nothing else to say. I really loved it, and to end it, say what he has to say to the fans, because his fans been really, Deontay Wilder fans been really trying to make sense of this whole thing, and Deontay Wilder just did his job right there by casting that shadow of doubt and keeping that going. It was very smart from Deontay Wilder. So as far as everything else he says, I have nothing against anything he says. Like coming back and having that motivation of being two-time world champion and all those things, saying that wasn't him. I remember Muhammad Ali when he got his jaw broke by Joe Frazier, got his jaw broke by Ken Norton. Muhammad Ali said the same thing. He didn't say that was him at his best. He said that wasn't him. He said that wasn't me. Okay? And they all kind of say that. But Deontay Wilder, once again, he's saying it himself. So, ShowBizz, don't let me know how you feel about the reaction in the comments below. I'm out. Huh.